welcome to this video. I'm so glad you're here. I am on a layover in Fort Lauderdale and I was laying by the pool and it started thunderstorming. So I'm just watching the weather, waiting for it to clear up and go back out, lay by the pool, get to my happy place. But I figured while I'm stuck inside, I will film a video. So I asked on Instagram if you guys had any questions about health, fitness, being a flight attendant, traveling. They're not really in any order, so we're just gonna jump right in. Lynette Marie H asked, do you ever miss having a job that's a slower pace and keeps you at home more? And famous people you've seen on your flights. The airline that I work for, we don't have like a ton of famous people that fly us. I do work for a major airline in the States. We've had like Nick Lachey, Andy Dick was on my flight the other day. Celebrities like C-list people, honestly they're probably like Z-list people. They have recognized a lot of like YouTubers, a lot of Instagram people, but just being in airports all the time. I met Tom DeLonge in Detroit, he was going to Phoenix. Winona Judge, who's on one of my flights from Nashville to Detroit. Justin Timberlake in the airport one. You just start seeing people just because you're traveling so much. She also asked, do you ever miss having a job that's a slower pace, keeps you at home more? Yes and no. So I am always on the go. I travel for work, but then I travel on all my days off. I'm having a blast, I'm having a lot of fun, but there are times when I get like, I just want to be home for like 4 days in a row, which never happens. So there are days when you start craving like some normalcy and like wanting to be home, but I don't ever desire to like go work for a bank 9 to 5, live in one town. The thought of that makes me feel a little trapped at this point. I don't think I could go back to working like a normal hourly job. Emily Harris asked, what is your skincare routine, especially when traveling? I don't change my skincare routine. I do use a brand called Kiehl's, which is very, very old school. I exfoliate twice a week, I moisturize, I use an under eye cream, and I also use a vitamin C cream. I don't change anything when I travel. I think that's why your skin freaks out. If you keep everything the same, everything normal, then you'll get the same outcome. Also, I drink a lot of water. I think that helps a lot. I love this question. Tessa Motless asked, what do you recommend for someone who hates exercising? LOL. Okay, what I would suggest for this is that number one, you don't have to love exercising. For me, it's always gonna be a love-hate relationship. But what I would say is don't force yourself to do stuff you don't like to do. Push yourself, but find something that you actually like just to get you in the vein of being active. If you enjoy bike riding, or if you like kickball, start a kickball league. If you walk an hour a day with your fiance, do something that you like that's gonna motivate you to do it tomorrow. Okay, AJ Smith asked, what's your craziest passenger experience? I feel like I could like make a whole video on this. People just get like ticky ticky boom boom when they get to an airport and get in a plane. I guess the first one that comes to mind is like this guy and his wife got on board and they were going to Cancun. We're in the middle of boarding, loads of people on board, and he just strips down naked, starts taking his pants off. I look up in the middle of my boarding announcement, like, welcome aboard, flight 693, taking you to Cancun. And I look up, and this man has got his pants off, some old man butt crack in my face. Of course, like, we had to call the police because now he's like indecent exposure. But the thing that I thought was really funny is that he came on board with his wife, and she was so mad that she was like, yeah, kick him off, I'm going to Cancun on my vacation. So we took her to Cancun, and we were really sweet to her. She went on her vacation and left her husband at home. Casey Blake 26 asked, what are some things you wish you would have known before becoming a flight attendant? Did you go to college? How did you get started as a flight attendant? And how many hours do you work? I did not go to college to become a flight attendant. I applied just like any other job. You get hired and then you have to pass a bunch of tests and go through training. So if you want to become a flight attendant, just apply. Every company is different of what they require. For my company, full-time is considered 72 hours in the aircraft a month. It doesn't sound like a lot, but that doesn't include boarding, which is 45 minutes for every flight, sitting in hotels on layovers for 4 days in a row. 72 hours, usually I would say you're gonna have about 15 to 17 days off a month. Something that I wish I would have known before I became a flight attendant, I wish I would have understood how difficult it can be to maintain relationships. It can be really hard because people don't understand that you're not in town all the time, or you're not going to be able to make all the events, or you have this really awesome opportunity to travel, and of course you want to take advantage of it, but then people are angry because you're not around. Part of me feels really guilty for that, but then part of me wants to go to them and be like, but if you had this opportunity to see the world, you just got married, you don't have any children, no responsibilities like that, wouldn't you want to take full advantage of that? Wish someone would have like sat me down and been like, listen, you're gonna have to figure this out. It might be really tough. You might lose some friends, or you might be a little bit more distant for a while. Lindsay.93 asked, do you and Cody always work together? So for those of you who don't know, my husband is Cody. He works for the same company. We did not meet at that company. We do something called buddy biddings. We work all the same flights and we have all the same layovers. We don't always work every single trip together, but I would say the majority of the month we get to fly together, and it has been a lot of fun. We like working together, and there's a lot of people that are like, oh my God, I could never work with my husband, blah, blah, blah. And Cody said something to someone that I really, really loved, and it was very sweet and kind. It explains it perfectly. Someone said that to us, and he looked at them and said, well, we got married because we like being with each other. We want to spend time together. We are very conscious of time apart and doing our own thing. We're both very independent. We like working together, and we have a great time, and it's kind of like we're getting paid vacations when we get to go to the beach for free or wherever it's at. Gentle and Vegan asked, how do I grow my glutes? Find exercises that really focus and isolate your glute muscles. So a lot of people think like, oh, I want to grow my glutes and my booty, so I'm going to start doing loads of squats and do the Smith machine. Those kind of exercises are great and they will help grow your glutes, but they also focus a lot on your quads and your hamstrings and your calves. Try like banded glute bridges or sumo squats, kickbacks, clamshells, leg lifts. All of those are going to isolate the glute more and put less strain on the quads and hamstrings and really make your booty work. Angelica Season, I think I said that right, said, how do you get started? I tend to only do cardio because I'm afraid of machines and looking stupid. Girl, I am so glad that you asked this question because gym intimidation is real. I understand, I have been there. First off, what I want to tell you is stop caring what other people think. It does not matter. If people are looking at you and judging you, that's their own problem. Goodbye. We don't care about you. There are people like that at the gym. There are people that they're not even going to notice you anyway because they're too busy looking at themselves in the mirror. And then there are other people at the gym who see people that remind them of themselves at one point. I look at that and it makes me so happy. It's awesome. They're learning, they're trying, they're doing it, and I'm glad that they're just there. The other thing I would suggest is go to YouTube and look it up. Watch a video about how to have proper form. What is it working? How do I do it? What kind of weight should I put on it? I do the research first so I don't get in there and feel like silly or don't know what I'm doing or do it wrong and hurt myself. I just go look it up and then I walk in with confidence because I've done the research, I know what I'm gonna do, and I don't care what anybody thinks. So bye. Sorry if the angle just awkwardly changed. My phone rang in the middle of this video. Moving on. Christian Reese asks, how close have you come to ending your career and slapping the mess out of someone? Personally, Charity have never come close to slapping the mess out of anyone because Charity is always sweet and kind and loves all of her guests. However, my alter ego, Shariti, is kind of ticky boom boom. She will cut you. Just kidding. I just have like an onboard alter ego who's kind of sassy. Her name's Shariti. And that's where I just channel all my frustration and she takes care of it for me. And then I'm really happy and I love all my passengers. Taylor with many Y's, L's, O's, and R's asks, what's the one constant thing that keeps you going? I love this question. I would say the one thing that really is the constant here is how capable I feel. Overcoming this giant hurdle in my life, this thing that I have dealt with for years and years and years, I finally feel in a place I have gotten on the other side of the mountain, and the confidence in what I'm capable of is an absolute surprise and an enormous blessing. And I wake up every day just feeling capable of, like, if I walk into a room and I'm asked to do anything, I know I'm capable of accomplishing it. I truly feel like I can accomplish anything I set my mind to. Even when I go into the gym and something is hard, in the back of my mind, that word plays that I'm capable of doing this. I know I can do this. That's kind of like the constant that really keeps me going. That feeling is almost addictive. It just boosts the joy and the peace and the strength mentally and the strength physically and the motivation. Casey Blake 26 also asked, please talk about your tattoos. I think they are so great. Well, thank you. That is so kind. This is like just a hodgepodge of random things that has been done for a decade. Some of them are from Chicago, some's from England, Costa Rica. A lot of them are from a really cool guy in Toledo, Ohio named Dominic. If you're interested in like getting a tattoo by him, just comment below or direct message me and I'll get you his information. He's really, really kind and awesome. He's done a lot of these tattoos, and then he's also done tattoos on my husband and some of my friends. I feel like I could make a whole video of what every tattoo kind of like means, or where I got it, or where I was at in life and why I got it. I just have loads of random stuff. Me and Jesus, magnolias, world map with a beach, some beautiful flowers, elephants for my mom, just like loads of stuff. If you want to see a video talking about my tattoos, that'd be a really fun one for me to make, but I don't know if anyone would want to watch that. That's it for the questions. If you have any other suggestions of what kind of videos you'd like to see on my channel from me, let me know. Comment below. Please like it, whatever. And now the sun's out, so I gotta wrap up this video because I'm trying to go get as many sun rays as I can. So see you in my next video. Goodbye.